Hi, seniors. This is Dr. McCaffrey. I'm here with your virtual IAL meeting. This is our rules and procedures meeting for IAL to try to save you guys some time. And so you need to watch this. It'll just be a few minutes long. These are some additional rules and procedures on top of the ones in the contract that you signed. Those are mostly the rules, and here we have a couple additional rules and some procedures as well. So you need to make sure you sign off on this to keep your IAL. Failure to do this is an automatic loss of IAL, so make sure you watch the whole video. Communication, check Canvas and Gmail every day. Check the announcements every day. This is an expectation. I know text messaging is a common form of communication with students in high school, but the professional world still uses email and messaging like Canvas on a regular basis, so you need to be checking those. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions, or follow me on Twitter at @McCaffrey_Craig. I do send IAL info out on that as well. If you don't have a Twitter account, that's fine. There's no need to set up a Twitter account as long as you're checking your Canvas messages from myself and your teachers, as well as your emails and the announcements. The teachers for IAL this year, if your last name's A through K, you'll have Mrs. Giordano. If your last name's L through Z, you'll have Mr. Harden. These are the people you contact if you have a question about the Canvas assignment. I have no access to your Canvas assignments and don't have the ability to check them. So if something's not working or you have a question, these would be the people that you would contact based on what your last name is. IAL procedures, most importantly, you have to leave during AL time if you have IAL. And you need to leave by the time the tardy bell rings. You cannot stay and just hang out, walk around the school. So if you have IAL, you have to leave. Now, if you're staying to see a teacher to get help, that's fine, but you need to be in that teacher's room by the time the tardy bell rings. And when you're finished working with that teacher, you are permitted to leave, but you need to leave the building immediately. You got to have your ID to leave, and we're leaving out down by the athletic office, out by gate 5. If you fail to have your ID, there are consequences. Your schedule does not work. You have to have the ID. The first time you forget your ID is a warning, and you have to go to student services to get a pass out. Your second one is another warning, but then you also have to do a 3-hour Friday school to buy back some time. So you get to keep your IAL. And the third time you forget your ID, you lose your IAL. So make sure you have that, and make sure you're leaving out door 5, not any other door. Be careful what you're scheduling during IAL. Make sure it's something that can be moved, because when we schedule mandatory meetings, which a lot of our meetings revolve around graduation, you need to make sure that you're able to go. It's also important to note if a teacher requires you to stay, you must stay for AL. So if your teacher says you need to stay and get help, it's not an option. And if you do not stay when you are requested or told to do so, you will lose your IAL. Because the very most important part of this is getting your work taken care of. Get your IAL work done on time. If you don't get your work done on time, you can and will lose your IAL. Don't wait till the last minute to do your IAL work. Canvas didn't work doesn't fly with me. So whatever work the teacher assigns to you, you need to make sure you get it done and get it done on time. I'd make sure that you get your work done early, screenshot that submission, and make sure the submission is correct, and you should be good to go. I do check grades and attendance on a fairly regular basis. Then those of you that are failing any courses or have poor attendance will lose your IAL, which means that you can't have any failing grades. What I mostly end up seeing is those of you that have cadet teaching or internship with Ms. Wiersma and Mr. Wilkins are not keeping up on your journal entries, and that's what gives you a low grade. So I would keep up with those on a regular basis, so when I check that you are passing those courses. The secret word is Twitter. This will be important for the quiz at the end of this presentation. Again, the secret word is Twitter. There's a short quiz at the end of this. We'll thank all of you for your time, but I want you to take this short quiz. That's the way you're signing off that you watch the video and that you understand that these are rules in addition to what is on the contract that you signed. Thanks, and have a great year.